most of the time the keys to your problems relies in asking the right question. So I want you to understand which question you need to ask in order to get out of this situation. Now, there's a famous scientist, John Gottman, marriage scientist. He's more like an anthropologist. He studied successful and distressed marriage for 50 years. So 5,000 couples studied by John Gottman. And he tried to analyze what made happy marriage working and what made distressful marriage distressful in the first place. So John Gottman studied a lot of marriage, and according to his studies, very elegant studies, he concludes that 69% of conflicts are perpetual gridlocked. These are two terms to say they just stay the same in the whole relationship. And how he determines this number is simple. He just followed the couple for all their life, and he just kept track of each conflict and what were the reason, which reason they were conflicting in each instances, and he realized that 69% of the time it was actually the same reason over and over again. So he concluded that every couple have 69% of conflict that are perpetual gridlocked, including happy marriage, successful marriage. So John Gottman's conclusion, logical conclusion, was that it was unavoidable and that every couple, even happy couple, would having this perpetual gridlock conflicts. And so John Gottman's recommendation was to work on acceptance, basically, because every marriage, it's natural to have this kind of conflict, so just accept it. And they worked on acceptance. Based on this, other approaches worked on acceptance as well. You have ACT in love, acceptance and commitment therapy in love. Russ Harris wrote a book about that. I think even quotes actually this study of John Gottman. And so they work on acceptance. Just accept it, find a way to accept and live with it. There's another kind of therapy, very successful therapy as well. It's called integrate behavioral therapy. It was invented by Alexander Christensen, and it worked on acceptance. Now, I don't disagree with the fact that it's natural. So you have this in all kind of couple. It's natural. So I don't disagree with the fact that most couple, if they don't seek help, they'll naturally have these kind of issues. I don't disagree with that. Even successful couple. The thing I disagree with is, first of all, it's not 69%. 100% of all problems, relationship problems, marriage problems, are actually perpetual problems. That's the first thing. So it's not 69%. Maybe 69% of the time, the matter of conflict, the things that they are seeing, being debated about, are the same, maybe. But the truth of the matter is 100% of the time, if something is a problem in a marriage, this is perpetual problem. So couple don't actually see things as problematic as long as it's not perpetual. They see it as problematic when it's actually come again over and over again in the relationship. And what I disagree with John Gottman and others regarding perpetual gridlocked conflict is actually, I think it can be solved, definitely 100%. You can solve these issues, and you don't have to rely on acceptance, even though acceptance can be good. I'm not denying acceptance sometimes it may be good, and it's maybe not necessary to try to solve every conflict you have in your marriage. I'm not saying that, but I think definitely every problem can be solved until you don't feel you have a problem in your relationship anymore. So that's where I would disagree.